Abby Johnson is in the other room.
Unplanned takes viewers inside the abortion industry with this real-life story of a former clinic director for Planned Parenthood.
Sorry to bother you, but they need an extra person in the back room.
In 2009, Abby Johnson walked away from the Texas clinic after watching an abortion via ultrasound. Much of her personal life is played out on the big screen, including the time she herself had 2 abortions.
It's a very vulnerable place to be, to sort of expose some of your greatest wounds and hurts to the public. But, you know, in the end, I mean, this film's really not about me. I didn't do this so that Abby Johnson would be a household name. I did this so that, you know, God's redemption, that would be known in every household.
Actress Ashley Bratcher delivers a powerful performance in her role as Johnson. She credits divine help with the scene involving what Johnson experienced after taking an abortion pill to terminate her second pregnancy.
That was nothing but the Holy Spirit. I like to go into a room that I'm going to perform in, especially if it's supposed to be my bedroom or my bathroom. I want to go in before the scene starts so that I know where my stuff is, because I would in real life. And I remember walking into that room for the first time, just by myself, there's no one else around, and wanting to lay on the floor and cry because I could just feel the presence of God so strongly. It was like our prayer team had just been walking that set. They knew how critical this scene in particular was, and they had just been walking through it and praying all over it. And I had done tons of research. I knew what the physical impediment was going to have to entail, so that when I got into the moment, I could really just try my hardest to emotionally think what she must have been thinking and feeling like she was gonna die from that.
That scene is one of 2 reasons the Motion Picture Association of America gave the film an R rating, calling it, quote, bloody and disturbing. The film's writers and directors, Carrie Solomon and Chuck Konzelman, believe the R rating is biased and political.
I want to delve just a little bit into the fact that it did receive an R rating. Were you anticipating that? Were you surprised? What's your response to that?
Hollywood is about politics. It's not about making movies. It's sad. It's about propaganda with Hollywood. And, you know, we are pro-life guys in a pro-choice town. And so we are not liked, and the movie is not going to be liked. So to expect that they would give us a fair rating, okay, not going to happen. So we kind of knew that we wished for the best, understood that the worst could possibly happen, and when we got the R, didn't surprise us.
I live in a country where my daughter can go out at 13, she can get an abortion without parental consent, but she can't go to see this movie.
Johnson addressed those concerns in a letter to parents.
I'm a parent of a 12-year-old daughter who, you know, has seen the film, and I was getting a lot of questions. I think that we have a responsibility to protect children, but also to be very open with them about these sorts of issues. And I think especially with the R rating, there were a lot of people coming to me and saying, Abby, is this okay for my 14-year-old? Because people wanted to bring their children, but they needed some guidance.
Given recent radical abortion laws in New York and other states, Carrie and Konzelman say the timing of Unplanned couldn't be better.
This is sort of our last wake-up call, I think, politically, because these laws are being enacted now. We, as Americans, as people of faith, one of 2 things is going to happen. We're either going to rise up and say this is wrong, or we're going to become accustomed to it, and it's going to become the new norm.
Actress Robia Scott, who's also an ordained minister, plays the head of Texas's Planned Parenthood. She says in the end, the film's message is one of hope and forgiveness.
As a minister, I love that it's not preachy. This is not sort of your typical Christian-y, cheesy, preachy, let me throw a lot of scriptures at you, sister. That's not this film. This is a quality story. It's beautifully shot. It's beautifully written. It's beautifully acted, if I may say so myself. And it's just compelling. It's a compelling story that, regardless of what side you stand on, pro-choice or pro-life, you cannot come out of the movie the same way as when you entered.
And it's not a film that's condemning people.
It's not condemning. There's no shame. There's no pointing fingers. Really, honestly, the essence of the film is hope. It's restoration, that regardless of what choices you've made, because look, we've all made choices, and there's restoration that God forgives, and that you can move forward in your life.
The makers of Unplanned say their ultimate desire is that a movie would make a difference in saving the lives of countless unborn babies. Charlene Aaron, CBN News.